to up the shot, and important to get your legs under the shot. Okay, so let's see. Suerte.
This is without banking the shot, ¿verdad?
Limpia. Limpia, ¿vale? Limpia. Ahora os explico por qué, ¿vale? Ahora os explico por qué en un slide, ¿vale? Vale, la está metiendo. Pero fijarse una cosa. Mira los pies. ¿Vale? Sí, pero ahora se lo dice, ¿vale? Se lo decimos y lo va haciendo y el proceso es el mismo, ¿vale? Lo que pasa es que ahí, there, you don't need your legs because you're very near. With the strength of your arm, llega. But as you start moving back, you need your legs underneath your shots. So that's why you need the heels off the ground. Okay? Siguiente. So you score 5 and you go back. Sorry, you score 5 and 1 step back. Okay, now, supporting hand. Here, we use a supporting hand. But I like, when we start doing this and I teach it, I like my hand to be completely extended. There. ¿Vale? There. Okay, and when you go and shoot, you have to see through the window. You cannot be here. There. Okay, so if you look through the window and you cannot see the basket, you know you have to do this. So you yourself you correct yourself. Okay? Very, very important. I'm starting to do it, or with our group, I take videos. Pero for me. ¿Vale? Because I want to see the progression of the players, but not a mini basket level because it's difficult for them to see themselves and correct. But when they grow older, Andrew, you're shooting, your elbows out. Now, coach, yo tiro bien, si la meto siempre. Video stimulation is very, very important. You sit down, play profile. How do you want to improve? If you tell them, they're not convinced. You got to give them evidence with video. And that's how we don't only use video for scouting, we use video to improve players. Okay?
But if he's always going in, why would you want to correct his form?
Well, no, if you're always going in because you're doing things right. No, the thing is when you start going out, then a lot of factors start going into place. A lot of factors. ¿Vale? Ok, ¿ya tenéis vídeo? ¿Sí o no? Ahora, yo no estoy convencido de lo que tú me estás diciendo, ¿eh? No. Give me examples, ¿vale? And we'll debate, ¿vale? Okay, now. She scores 5, she starts walking back, she finishes by the 3-point line. Okay.
Actually, there's an answer to
Okay,
your question.
wait.
By the way, Jason.
What?
1 second. There is an answer to your question. It's repetition. If you practice doing something one way, you learn to do it really well. Even if it's not the conventional method, i.e. Reggie Miller can shoot like this all day long, and that's a shot, but that's how he practiced it for many years. So the answer is repetition, which is one of the 3 parts of what he stated before.
But within this shooting routine, there are certain things that it's in the process. That maybe out of the 7 checklist, he's got 4, which that's why he's consistent. Okay, now this one. Okay, exacto, ¿vale? Recoil 4 on top of the thigh. Okay, so now we have basketball stance. A ver si me meto un poco aquí. We have basketball stance. We want to rest the ball there, looking forward. We want to recoil. Don't look at the ball. We recoil here, and then we go up. Okay, so you rest the ball, recoil, and up to your shot. And this is the same. You go back until 3-point range. I remember doing some work with Andrew Yates when he was in uni, early in the morning, and he was doing this routine and he was taking shots like a meter, a half away from the 3-point line. And he was consistent because of this routine. Okay, here you see The ball on top of the hand on top of the ball, okay, and the recoil, supporting hand, and then the shot. Okay, this is the next one, okay? This drill is important when players, especially on free throws, okay? When they get the ball, don't look at the ball, okay? You don't have to look at the ball because you use your hands to feel the ball and put it into place. So here we want to put the ball on the floor, ¿vale? On the floor, looking at the basket, we get it, and from there, we go into our shooting form. This is the same. This is important. What's important here is for the player not to get hurt. So you need to go down and get it. Don't go forward because you're going to get a backhand, okay? So how you get the ball, looking at the basket, and then you go into triple threat, and you start your shooting. Again, we start working from close to the basket, outside. No me enseña el vídeo, ¿vale? Vale, está bien, Kaira. Este lo enseña, ¿vale? Okay, now, this one. A lot of individual work you do by yourself, okay? So you want to spin the ball in front, you go into triple threat, ¿vale? And you shoot. Obviously, we start not so very close, but a little bit further away, so when you spin the ball, our shot starts from the green line, and we start working outside. Very, very important that when you get the ball, as soon as your hands touch the ball, you go into triple threat. Triple threat position, what happens? You're going to be quicker than someone who stands straight. You're going to react really fast. Okay? So, vamos a poner el vídeo. A ver. Vale. Me va a hacer que si pongo todas, que las mete, hago, digo, este no falla. Este cuadrilla está jugando. No aquí. Bueno. Vamos a seguir. Bien, ¿no? Okay. This one. There are certain things that we do in shooting that they are difficult, ¿vale? And we put them in situations where the objective is a little bit difficult. So then when they go into a normal game situation, everything is a little bit easier, okay? No, they're not. Okay, now this one. We want to shoot from behind the.
Jason, I have a question here.
Which one's drill 8?
We go back.
No, me equivoco, sorry.
I was censored.
You have to pay for that version.
This is really short, ¿vale? Here, we shoot it from behind the backboard, and here, the objective is to arc the shot, okay? A ver si lo podemos ver sobre el computer, ¿eh? A ver. Joder. Ahí está, ¿vale? Ahora no vale. ¿Por qué? What does it count? ¿Eh? That's the rim. Even if you touch it inside the rim, doesn't count, okay? So here we use this to practice our arc. Okay, why do we want to practice our arc? Okay? By shooting with the high arc, we improve the angle of the ball's path as it approaches the rim, and in effect, making the rim bigger. ¿Vale?
Jason, for the avoidance of doubt, and I had a comment coming from there. No vale because it was from behind the ring. In basketball, if it doesn't touch any of the supports and you're inside the court, you can shoot from, you can take that shot. It's not
See, but remember that we are, see, it's valid, even if it wasn't,
no, just in case somebody does it in a game and scores and people complain,
no, even if it's true that it's not legal, okay? What we practice in there, the objective of this drill is to practice our arc, okay? And this is why, okay? The more we arc our shot, the bigger the rim is going to be, okay? Bueno, hay cierto límite, ¿vale? Okay. Okay, this is to summarize. Okay, to summarize where our routine starts. Okay, so first of all, one hand shot on the line. So you pick any line, but here we start. Okay, so you do 5. Then one hand shot against the blue phone o Stefan. Okay, aquí. Pues ahí o te puede venir aquí, ¿vale? Y hace así, you do 5. Then one hand shot, and you start walking yourself out. ¿Vale? Only with one hand. Make 5, one step back. Cannot touch either the rim or backboard. Very important, okay? You got to make it difficult, okay, to the players. Okay, now, with supporting hand, we did here with supporting hand. You see there's no angle because we have the backboard here. So here what we do is we practice as well arcing the shot. So you need to arc the shot to make the basket. Okay, and here it's very important to do two things. Arc the shot and the elbow's going to be inside, okay? Locked in, okay? And we do this on both sides. You can even do it a little bit more más afuera, ¿vale? After you've done from the side under the basket, 5. With a supporting hand. Recoil shot. ¿Vale? Pick the ball from the floor, así no caiga. Spin the ball in front. Okay. Before going back, this routine was shown to Albert and myself when we did the FCC the first year by Lucien Legrand. He's the director of sports, Institute of Sports in Paris. You had the same, no, Adam? Adam, yeah. You did some work with Lucien Legrand? He works at the Institute of Sports where Tony Parker, Boris Diaw, all the big names in French basketball, they went through his academy, his school. And the shooting routine that they use at his academy is this one. And players at the NBA, they use it. Bueno, que no son jugadores, gente del NBA, esto es mucho para nosotros, no. Because you start from 0. So, if you want to have good shooters, not good shooters, everybody should shoot the ball. Start working on this. Before you go to the shooting guard, and you'll see results. Lo garantizo. I guarantee it. You do this, and you'll see the results. Because there isn't any other way, better way to work on your shots. You start from 0 and you build from there. And you're building, you're shooting from 0. This is the Bible of shooting properly. Taught to us. Adam, ¿tú sí te tomas perfectamente? And you see the results. Okay, now, I talked a little bit about how we teach things. So, we can apply this methodology to anything. To layups, to passing, very important. You teach something, and if you don't do it properly, no pasar. He's not good at passing the ball. No. You make everybody good passing the ball, shooting the ball, everything. You want good all-round players. Nah, he's 2 meters. He doesn't have to shoot the ball or dribble the ball. I put him under the basket. No, it doesn't work that way. If you are 150, 2 meters, everybody plays same position. Everybody plays same position. Because most probably the person who's very tall is going to make it, and the person who's not very tall, he might not make it. So you teach everybody the same. So with this methodology of breaking things down, make things which are achievable to everyone. I mean, I'm good at passing. No. Make everybody like everything you do. Take it as a challenge, as a coach, to improve someone. You start at 6, and when they finish at 7, you have to be convinced that that player is a better player after 1 hour. Then you go home with a high, como me voy yo muchas veces. Me voy a mi casa con un subidón. Me voy con un subidón. Because I see players in 1 hour. Andrews, today we're going to start dribbling to basketball. No, Jason, he's only 6. How's he going to dribble to basketball? 20 minutes, ¿qué? De dribbling to basketball. No puedo ponerlo. ¿Vale? But I'm talking about something which I'm very passionate. ¿Vale? Maybe you got a glimpse of what I feel about this. ¿Vale? Now, I was going to get you guys outside in the court. This is what I'm doing this year. Listen, and I'm having a blast. Girls mini basketball. Basketball is fun. Something which I'm not doing. I'm not giving the competition. We don't play games. Why? Because my interpretation at mini basketball, we do practice 1 hour. 1 hour, que muy poco. No, 1 hour is enough time. Because I don't do stretching. I don't do cool down. Because I do the stretching, we do the stretching, doing ball handling. We start, basketball stance, we end up on the floor, we move around. That's a stretching, that's a cooling. The warm-up that we do. And the 1 hour that we have the kids, everybody has a basketball. Everybody has a basketball. Es que mi hija complains that Ana le tira del pelo con esta baseline. Le digo, imposible. It's impossible. Because the way we practice, they don't have time to stop fooling around because they have the ball in their hands all the time. And that's why I think players progress, because they have the element of the ball in their hands. That for me, okay, under 12. Lo más importante, que tenga el balón en la mano. We got 500 basketballs. First thing, we give them a ball. Give them a ball, see? Why? We give them a homework. So some of them are really hooked into basketball. Vale? We have Janelle? Jinan. I see her down Main Street with a basketball. The first time she saw me, she got scared. No, down Main Street. Botan la pelota. That is what we want to see. We want to see players out in the street, girls, boys, with a basketball, no kicking a football. That is what we want to do. Vale? So, this is what I'm doing this year. Listen, I coach a lot of different categories. I'm having the best time of my life. Honestly. Honestly. I talk to him after every practice. Increíble, vete esta, vete la otra. Because it's about that. Developing players. I'm going to give you an example. I'm a good friend of Aito Garcia Renes. For me, one of the best coaches in Spain. One of the best in Europe, for me. and for a lot of people. He signs with Caja San Fernando, Cajasol. I go to see him practice with Albert. He comes to me, Jason, ¿qué te parece Porzingis? We talk about him, and he's excited to be in Seville. Not because he's going to win, because he's always going to lose, he's going to have a losing season. Because his passion, his enthusiasm is to wake up in the morning and make Porzingis better. I understand it. It's not about winning. Because if you cannot win, focus all your energy and all your passion in developing players. Why do you want to have trophies? I think it's more important to see Michael Schwartz play professional. Michael Schwartz played for the national team. You knowing that you got Michael Schwartz when he was 8. And he got there thanks to the amount of hours you put with him. And you don't say it. He's the one who's going to say it. I reached the top, as an example. I became what I am thanks to people like Jason. That's more important. That's more important. Trophies, no? Developing players, making good players. That is our job. Estoy un poquito loco con el tema, pero that's how I feel. And I thank John to have the opportunity to say this thing, right? But listen, okay. I'm talking about mini basketball because I'm going to show you now why it's relevant to my presentation. This is Andrew, Francesca, and myself involved with mini basketball. Hopefully next year we started with seven girls. We have, I think, 38 now. The thing is, we don't have 38 coming on Tuesday and on Thursday and on Saturday, because they have other commitments, right? Because players, kids, they do multi-sports, they do other sports, so out of 3 they might come 1. There's some come 3. So next year when we have double, hopefully, some of you, Jason, yo quiero trabajar contigo, digo, ay, y digo, no, you cannot, why? Because you don't fit the profile. ¿Vale? Pero we are looking, we want to have more coaches who buy into this philosophy, ¿vale? Which is not rocket science. Be a little bit obsessed in making players better. I think that's the way forward. Who's the national team coach? Adam, Marcelo. We work for them. We have to build players for them. See, the pyramid. We look winning at the top. Along the way, make good basketball players. And along the way, make it as enjoyable as possible. The thing is, some of the work that we do are not enjoyable. Like this routine, like the routine.
If they're not winning, they're not having a great time.
The thing, yes, you have to compromise a little bit. You have to give them what you want and what they want. Okay? But within what you teach, you make it competitive. That's important. When you play games, the coaches have to look after the interests of the players. The winning, the players decide. The winning, because it's in the genes. They want to compete, they want to play. But the coaches don't focus in the winning. Focus in that they share the ball. That they share the ball, team building. That's important. I think, I'm talking about my kids. My kids, they don't want to leave the house.
Very important to stress to the kids that basketball is a team sport. Is a team sport. And you've got to teach it from that level upwards.
I like the idea at mini basketball level not to play 5-on-5. Because for me, like I said before, this is the most important thing, the basketball. So you play 3-on-3. It's 3 players sharing the ball, not 5 on 5. And then you put rules. First rule, you can only score a basket if each member of the team has touched the ball once. So the rules, you invent the rules in order to benefit basketball in general. That's how I see things, okay? Somebody might think otherwise, but that's my views, okay? So, okay. This is why I am finishing my presentation with mini basketball. Because I want to give you an overview of what we are doing, what fundamentals we are doing with under 12. Okay, and these are realistic, okay? Triple threat, basketball stance. When we call the players and they come to us, okay? They come to us and we give them instructions in what position they are under. Basketball stance. And because we started since day one like this, that team are super disciplined. They are super disciplined. But we started with rules at practice. And that is, I think we've been really successful. Okay, so when we are give them instructions, basketball stance, they hold the ball tight. Everything starts from there, from a basketball stance. So this is something we do all the time. Okay, all the time.